Well, since that we're getting close to the point where we still didn't get any information about the season 9 premiere of My Little Pony, but we might soon. Instead, we got some information about the second special of the My Little Pony series that's going to be coming out in the summer. So, I'll get to that later, but for right now, I'm going to discuss the elephant in the room. And that's the fact that there could be a sequel to the My Little Pony movie. Well, it's mostly a rumor because at the same time, it could be either a prequel to the Generation 5 movie, but there could be some changes that it could be the sequel to a My Little Pony movie. However, it's going to be in CGI. Yeah, it's going to be a CGI movie, and that's the only change that I'm really having mixed feelings on. Now, I really like the My Little Pony movie so much to the point that it took so long for Hasbro to make that movie. Since they began Generation 4 in 2010 and they got so much money to make a movie, it was a blast to see in theaters. And completely having the chance to actually make a sequel, which I thought they would never will because they had to figure out what they can do for Generation 5, it would be very interesting. But with the movie gonna be a CGI movie, which is going to be the sequel to the My Little Pony movie, the thing is, I can understand that CGI movies really have changed a lot in the filming industry. I mean, here's the examples I need to talk about. In the 2000s, CGI, the 2D animation is completely passed away in theaters. And it's really sad to see that some animation movies like The Princess of the Frog didn't get a lot of box office money because, well, I guess maybe people prefer CGI over 2D nowadays, even if people really miss 2D animation, and I'm one of those people. I think that the reason why CGI animation is one of the reasons onto why 2D animation doesn't exist anymore is because it's obviously they make more money. I mean, if you look at Tango and The Princess and the Frog box office success, Tango got a lot of money, while The Princess of the Frog had like half of the money that Tango earned. So, I really understand that people want to easily accept the fact that we had to watch a movie in CGI, which is going to be in the My Little Pony movie, but the thing is, even if SpongeBob did this in the second movie, I just don't think that ponies really transfer into 3D, is basically what I'm saying. Not that it's an issue, it's just that I think that if they're going to make a CGI movie, it will be either a way of trying to make it mixed to 2D animation, but at the same time really work for 3D. Because in my opinion, I just think that, like I said, there were 3D projects, and of course there were low budget because they're not TV animation studios like Hasbro, but when you look at 3D models like this, you can tell that they really don't work for 3D. But when you look at them in 2D animation, they really work there. It only works for that. I mean, video games is acceptable, but seeing 3D animation is just... I just don't think it's a good idea. I mean, I am excited to see that there could be a sequel to the My Little Pony movie, and we have to wait for another 2 years for that, but I just think that, with a CGI movie, I don't think it's going to work out. It will probably... I know it's supposed to be a way that it would get more money in the box office, but it will be a lot of budget problems, because if you... in a situation when you have a franchise like My Little Pony, and the budgets is what mostly matters, even if it's kind of important to the quality of the movie, then I can really accept that. But the thing is, the My Little Pony movie, even if it's great animation, had a really low budget, and while the box office, well, it wasn't as successful as other boys have hoped. But when they do it with CGI, they will probably put in a lot of money, but probably get a lot less money than they usually think they would when they release the first movie. I'm not saying that though them doing a CGI ideal movie is a bad idea, but the thing is, when you look at the box office from the first movie, you can tell that they really didn't do much successful. And due to the fact that CGI movies are way more expensive than 2D animation, I think that the sequel could be a box office flop. I don't know if it's going to be true, but if you're going to, make the sequel to a 2D animation to a 3D CGI movie, then it will probably be a box office bomb. I think that they should probably stick to 2D animation because at least it will easily work and it will probably be on the safe side. I just think that seeing this budget right here is just really hard for me to take it seriously, and I really don't want Hasbro to make a huge mistake in the box office. I really think that of what happened with the reviews and cruelty from non-fans, CGI will probably be a really risky tax that they could use some money in some form in this situation. I mean, in this situation that they were in 2017 when the My Little Pony movie was in theaters, they were okay even with the low budget they had. But I'm just saying. But other than that, I will still watch the movie when it comes out on DVD. I just don't think I'm interested into watching it in theaters. I just think that if it's going to be a sequel to the My Little Pony movie, then I think that since that we get some information that My Little Pony's 9th season won't be the last, then I think that season 10 could be the last season, so that in 2021, the second My Little Pony movie will end off Generation 4, and then we can begin with Generation 5 at the end of 2021. I don't know if this is true or not, but it's my opinion on what I see of what My Little Pony is going to do. Besides, I hear some of my followers and stuff say that there could be a chance that Season 9 won't be the last. Because again, we did hear some information, but there could be last minute decisions that Season 9 could be the last season, but vice versa. So, I just really hope that I just at least hope that there could be a 10th season confirmed for next year. Let's just hope that it could be a possibility. Okay, now let's get into the special, which is going to be called My Little Pony Rainbow Roadtrip. The plot of the story is when Twilight and her friends arrive to Hope Hollow, a new village, they find the town and all its residents completely devoid of color. Their dream vacation is starting to feel more like a nightmare. The main six will have to solve the mystery behind this washed-out world if they hope to bring the rainbow back to the Rainbow Festival and bring back to the lives of their new friends. So, I guess that Rainbow Road Trip is going to be a very interesting concept. And similar to The Best Gift Ever, it's going to be a 44-minute special, obviously. And with this link that we saw, we see a rainbow special coming in right here, and before that, there's also 2 other specials. So keep this in mind that we have 2 other specials, and they did announce that this is going to be the second special of My Little Pony's 44-minute specials in 2019. So for whatever's going to happen in the other 2 specials, it will be either happening before or sometimes after this, because I've heard rumors that there could be another Best Gift Ever sequel or something like that, but we don't know what's going to happen. Even if we didn't get any information about Season 9, we still might be able later this month, because I know they're going to premiere Season 9 in March or April, because they did that in the last several years, ever since Hub channel has changed into Discovery Family. And here's my opinion on the special Rainbow Road Trip. It's an interesting concept, and I will review it once it comes out. Since it's really not much of a special, and it's more of a summer vacation type of thing, I think that seeing the other characters probably mean new characters, which there's going to be a lot of fanfic and fan art about, because, you know, we can't just resist new characters. I think that me doing a review of it will be very special, considering the fact that they're probably going to do something unique, because they're going to a different location, which is going to be Hope Hollow. Could be something outside of Equestria or far away from something like Sequestria or something like that. It will be really interesting to see the main characters go to a very serious road trip to go on vacation after so many times of saving the world and also doing friendship lessons. And as for the villain, I'm not sure if there's going to be a villain, but with the nightmare that's going to be going on in Hope and Hollow, it would be really interesting to see what kind of villain or returning villain that they're going to do in this. I really kind of like to see what Twilight and her friends are going to get themselves into when they get to Hope Hollow, when they try to save all the citizens from the devoid of cuddle. So that's basically all I have for this video. I really still have some hope of the My Little Pony movie, but at the same time the CGI is kind of mixed. I just really hope that they should go back to 2D animation, because if they're going to do this, then the sequel might be a box office bomb. Just keep this in mind that not every movie will be a box office success. Just look at the last movie. It was mostly because of its low budget. So I really hope that of what's going to happen for My Little Pony Generation 4 and also Generation 5, we can only hope that what's going to happen could be the new beginning for Hasbro's ideas for My Little Pony. I'm Lonely Fanboy 4 here, and I'll see you next time.